I'm sure we'll get into Staub AI, but I think one of the questions I want to lead with right off the bat is AI worth all the hype that it's getting right now for newcomers to the game who might be the boomers of the audience? No offense. What's the deal?
Yeah, it's a great question. So AI is all the hype and deservedly so. I've had conversations with people that want to make a conscious decision not to integrate AI into their workflows or their business or their way of working because they believe that it's a bit of a fad, that it's hype technology, that it's not all it's cracked up to be. But unfortunately, I don't think that that's the case. I think that it is very much what it's cracked up to be. So what we do at Stob AI is we integrate AI into workflows and process on the platform of Make.com. So the way that we do that is you have software within your business. That software has several APIs. Those APIs can connect to different pieces of software. And effectively, Make.com is an automation platform. It exists in the middle of these different pieces of software. So there are other platforms that have existed for years. I think If This Then That was probably the first big one. And then Zapier, and now there's an absolute host of them, everything from like Gumloop, N8N, and Make.com as well. And what makes N8N and Make.com particularly interesting is that they're really cutting edge in terms of the capabilities and the technology that they enable everyday people to be able to use, but they're very simplistic in their design. So Make.com in particular is really like a no-code platform. You don't need to be able to code to develop in AI.
Okay. So for my benefit, to make sure I'm tracking this correctly, and for the audience members, probably just my parents, who might not understand this, I'm going to try to reverse engineer what you just said. So organizations, large or small, even this podcast, I use multiple pieces of software. Software is computer programs that help us do things like record this podcast. I'm using Riverside.fm. That's a piece of software.
Right.
So in any size business, they use software to help run their organization. If you're recording a podcast, like you're using Riverside.fm. If it's a large podcast and you have employees, you're using some sort of HR software, some sort of payroll software, some sort of, if you're selling to customers, you have a CRM system. So those are the different pieces of software that organizations leverage to run their business.